St. Louis Community College expands their education sector to MDOC, Missouri Department of Corrections prisons. The problem is, how do they increase revenue and reduce recidivism in local prisons? This community college increase the enrollment, and as a result increase revenue. To come to this conclusion, Missouri has an incarceration rate of 735 to every 100,000 people, meaning it locks up higher percentage of its people than any democracy on earth. Again, the damage is done, so now there is a need to fix this problem, and make it work for the betterment of the local community.
For every $1 invested in their STLCC education, students receive a return on that of $4.70 in higher future income over their working career. From a taxpayer perspective, for every $1 of public money invested in STLCC, taxpayers will receive $2.80 in return over the course of the students' working lives. The average annual rate of taxpayer return is 8.0%. From a social perspective, for every $1 invested in STLCC, people in Missouri will receive $10.80 in return, for as long as STLCC students remain active in the state workforce.
In 2020, STLCC started the year with $129 million as a net position. By the end of 2020, the net position decreased to $125 million with $154 million inches operation loss. 15,206 students were enrolled. In 2021, STLCC started the year with, there was a decrease to $125 million as a net position. By the end of 2021, the net position is increased to $168 million, with $121 million operation loss. Funding Prop R funds given. 40% of STLCC's funding comes from local property taxes. In 2022, St. Louis taxpayers approved Proposition R that would give STLCC 0.28 cents per $100 assessed valuation, estimated that it will bring in an extra $24 million for STLCC. A number of systemic challenges exist: increasing competition for students, decline in across all age segments, government funding is exponentially shrinking, shadow education sector is growing. Defined as educational activities occurring outside formal educational systems, COVID-19 global pandemic has strained the economy and become an additive detractor for enrollment, particularly for first-generation students. The benefits here are endless when it comes to education, no one losses. Creating their own BI education platform that will deliver quality education so great it might limit the number of people that might reoffend. The benefits are endless, and there is nothing to lose to try this, only gain. STLCC can benefit a lot from the article, European induction support for adult learning professional to the correction criminal justice system process are very similar. By identifying key competences, they can establish the requirements that can be used for STLCC. Learning from this European sector is key to ensuring STLCC is headed on the right path. Using every example, they offer like their methodology that involves three main clusters: identification, modeling, and assessment of competence. Also, the three main categories that analyze the data like generic, specific, and supportive. The warehouse data DB2 from IBM, DB2 warehouse, using design types like star schema, snowflake schema, galaxy schema, aka fact, constellation schema, cubing services or DB2 warehouse cubing services. Cognos Analytics is using AI to accelerate the data prep process, modernize and maximize your investment with the many deployment options. Anywhere needed, premises, on cloud, IBM Cloud Pak, or a hybrid option. The system that St. Louis Community College has in place is pretty solid. The key factor for this is the Blackboard portal, where all the information meets the user. St. Louis Community College Chancellor Jeff L. Pittman Ph.D., MDOC's Commissioner Burl Cain, and Governor Tate Reeves. They will need to know, platform, how it will work, learning curve, how it will be taught, machine-based learning, how it will be delivered, competitive education, keeping up with the times, meeting industry requirements, filling a need, setting a new precedent in prison education. This common problem can be fixed with the right connections and prove to be accommodating for both parties. To help MDOCs make the right decision, STLCC should create their own BI prison education system that receives their information via STLCC. The MDOC will save money with cheaper prices than normal university, and that money goes right back to the state. Built on a lockdown browser supplying only the core 24 classes. Currently, STLCC updated the public every 2 years on the status. This is an error. With all the financial problems, there should be a monthly report. done the same as their regular reports, and available on the web page as a new section so the interested parties can see the progress as it is happening in a 30-day period. The operational process for STLCC is as follows. STLCC will be sticking with IBM for warehouse storage, MARTs, and Blackboard for linking students to resources and learning tools. STLCC will also depend on Office 365 and Adobe Cloud to help students complete course assignments. Optional applications used inside the system addition like LinkedIn Learning, YouTube, Chegg, and Slack. Data extraction and raw data is copied and exported to staging area, where data management can extract structured or unstructured data via sources. This staging area undergoes processed, transformed, and consolidated data. Next, transformed data is moved from staging to the data warehouse. Lastly, followed by periodic loading of incremental data changes and, less often, full refreshes to ease and replace data in the warehouse. In conclusion, STLCC can increase revenue and reduce recidivism in local prisons, by creating a new lockdown browser to educate the prisoner at MDOC. This report proves that this is the best way to help the community, and put an end to this cycle. This is the day, St. Louis community will stand up and choose education. Thank you for your consideration, and thanks for watching.